Hey everyone, so today is going to be my next part of my series that I started, which is a must-have summer series. The previous video was must-have blushes, and after that I decided to do must-haves of bronzers and highlighters. I was going to do them in two separate videos, but I felt like it would just be easier to do it all in one, so I'm going to be doing that today, and I guess let's just get started. So first I'll start off with bronzers, and I'm a big bronzer fan, if you guys didn't know, which I'm pretty sure you already knew. So I'm going to start off with bronzers. So the first is from Tarte. I love the Tarte brand, and this is the Hotel Heiress bronzer. It comes in a packaging like this. And this is a shimmery bronzer, has a little bit of golden shimmer in it, but it's really pretty on your cheeks. So I will swatch all of these on the back of my hand, and I'll try to make sure they show up. So here's this one. So it's just a nice medium golden tone bronzer. The shimmer is not really apparent once you swatch it and have it on your skin. You really can't tell. The only time you can really tell that there's shimmer in it is when it's in the pan. But you can use it as a contour. I do use it as a contour once in a while if I'm going for like a really quick, natural, everyday look and I don't want it to be too harsh or defined. I find myself reaching for this bronzer, and I got mine at Ulta. And I know Tarte has a bunch of different bronzers, but this is the only one that I currently have from them. So that's that one. Next is a bronzer that has so much hype around it, and I think it lives up to all the hype. This is a matte bronzer, and it is Hoola from Benefit. So it just comes in this little box, and it comes with a little brush that I do use once in a while to contour, but I can't find it at the moment. So it's just a medium matte bronzer, and I've said this in a previous video that it looks like it wouldn't be dark enough to contour with, just because looking at it right now, it looks like it could be like a face powder based on my skin tone. And that's why I hesitated and didn't buy it for such a long time. But once I finally did try it, I was like, wow, this is why everyone loves it. So I will swatch it on my hand. And it's not even going to show up, and it makes me mad. I swear it only shows up on my cheeks. Like, here it is on my hand, which it really looks like absolutely nothing, but I swear it shows up and makes a beautiful contour. So I would suggest this for medium skin tones and lighter. If you're any darker than me, it probably would be a little bit on the light side, but then again, it could just be like a natural bronzer for you. But I really love this one, and I use it all the time, almost on a daily basis. It's great to contour your cheeks, your nose, whatever you want to contour. This is the perfect bronzer for it. Next is an all-time favorite. I had this this is probably like the fourth one that I've purchased. Ever since I started doing YouTube, I've been using this, and this is NARS Casino. It is not Laguna. A lot of people talk about Laguna, but I prefer this one because it is darker, and as you can see in the pan, it is pretty dark. And I don't know if it's really going to pick up, but there are a little bit of golden shimmer flecks in there, but again, that doesn't really show up that much. If anything, it gives you just a little bit of a sheen, but this one's really dark, and I love this one. Here it is right here. So this one's a little bit more brown tone in comparison to the Tarte one. So this one's a little bit better for contouring, but I don't know if it's going to pick up that there's a little bit of a sheen in there, but that's the one that I'm wearing right now on my cheeks and all over my face. And I just absolutely love this one. I highly, highly recommend this. I know a lot of people talk about Laguna, but I feel like Casino is really underrated, and it is like the best bronzer. I know NARS is a little bit on the pricey side, but it's totally worth it. Next is this palette. I have to talk about this palette just because it has both bronzer and highlighters in it, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and it has these 3 matte bronzing shades and these 3 highlighting shades. And I know this is kind of hard to get your hands on because it sells out like immediately, and it's just like really hard to find, but I really like this a lot. So I'll swatch the bronzers that I do use in here, and that's this one and this one. I don't really use the middle one too much, but I will swatch them both. These are great if you are looking to really just contour and sculpt your face. Here are these two from that palette. So they're all pretty similar. But again, these are completely matte. So those are those. Next, I'm going to be talking about highlighters, illuminators. So I'm going to talk about the two liquid ones that I have first. The first is this NARS Illuminator, and it is in the shade Hot Sand. And I believe this is a new product for 2014. I think it launched with the summer collection. But it's a really just nice, like, kind of champagne color. So I will swatch this. And it's not super shimmery, but I feel like this is perfect to mix with a foundation, and I feel like the liquid ones are the best for that. I don't really like to use a liquid on my face, but if you can see right here, it's kind of like on my knuckle area, but it just gives a really nice pretty glow, so it's perfect to mix with foundations. So there's that. And then another liquid that I have, and it's pretty similar in color based on the bottle, and this is a drugstore one. It's called Revlon PhotoReady Skin Lights, and this is the lightest shade that it comes in. It's called Bare Light, and again, this is really pretty to mix in with your foundation. But here it is right there. So they just really add a bit of dewiness to whatever, and I would say that the Revlon one is a little bit more golden tone, as where this one is a little bit more on the cooler tone side. So those are those two, really pretty. And these even are great if you want to just add them to like your décolleté, just to really make them shimmer and shine. You can put them on your body if you want. So that's that. And then next are two powder highlighters. And I do have one other one that I forgot to grab. And this is the MAC Extra Dimension Skinfinish in the shade Superb. And I think these are limited edition, but I couldn't not mention it because I use this in every video lately, and I'm wearing it right now, and it's just the most beautiful, beautiful color. It's very metallic, so if you're not into that, stay away from this, but it's just so, so pretty. I just absolutely love it. And I don't really know how to describe the color. I guess I would, again, describe it as like a champagne, but it has a very like chromatic finish to it. So it's not natural looking by any means. There's no way you would ever have that natural glow. Like as compared to these, like these are very subtle. This is not subtle, but sometimes you don't want subtle. Like most of the time I don't want to be subtle. That's it. And then another one, which is permanent, and this one I grab all the time as well. This is MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish. This one is a little bit lighter than Superb and a little bit less metallic, but nonetheless they're both really, really pretty shades. So I'm going to grab my other one that I forgot to bring in with me because I'm so unorganized. Okay, and so the last one is from the drugstore. You can get this at Walmart, and this is the HardCandy Contouring Face Trio in 3 times a charm. So it has 3 really pretty shades that you can just mix them all together, and I need to do this on this hand. So if you mix them all together, you get a really gorgeous highlight shade. So there's that one. And it's really pigmented. It's not chalky at all, which I find that some drugstore things can be a little bit chalky, but this one is not at all. And I love just the color combination of these 3. I feel like it kind of gives you like a rosy highlighter, especially this shade right there. But it's just really pretty and very affordable if you don't want to go out and go to a MAC counter and get one of the other ones that I mentioned. So those are all the bronzers and highlighters that I have been loving recently, and I feel like are must-haves for summer. I know some of them are very similar, but I wanted to give a lot of different options. But so here they all are, and I will put them all in the down bar, so if you didn't catch the names, they will all be listed below. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what your favorite bronzers and highlighters are to get that glowy look that we all want in the summertime. Some of us want it all year round. I know I do. So anyways, let me know what part of the series you want me to do next. If you want me to do lips or eyeshadows or anything like that, just let me know. Leave the comments below, and I'll try to see the majority of you want to see. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.
If I didn't have elf ears, putting my hair hair behind my ears would not be such an issue. But I am like the Keebler elf. The female Keebler elf. Because these ears, I mean, they're not pointed, but they just like stick out. Like, let's get rid of them. I hate ears. Where is my part? Where did you go? Where the party at?